It's been so long since we last gave an update on our poultry farm, and I'm so happy and so excited to be giving you all the updates that you guys need about our poultry farm. It's been a very, very long time. My name is Lynn Zabu. What is in my mouth? Bad girl. My name is Lynn Zabu, and this channel is so much about your inspirations, about music, and about anything that is real life related, and especially about my life. So we've had to deal with so many things about our poultry. We've had lots of deaths, and I'll be giving you all the details of all the little things that happened within. Yeah, so let's get the video rolling. So for the start, I'm going to be having my daughters and my neighbor's daughters helping me out. We have to measure the water because we want to put vitamins into the water jars. As you can see, they're all here waiting for food and water, but we are a bit late today because of this video. I wanted to, to film. That's why. No! That one. So you're going to put it in this liter 5. And then shake. Can you please shake the gel can? Shake, 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 shake. Guys, it's very important when you're doing these things, you teach the children at home so they can learn. They don't need to go and watch or study this in school. Omaze then. Okay, so I think we are done with the measurements. Diraga mazi, you pour it there. Agoga mala. No more. I think we're done with pouring our water into the drinking jars. I like how they're all attentive. So as I wait for them to bring the jars, guys, I would like to show you something. I've sent them for bricks, but let me show you something. Go back. So this is how the house is looking. It's been a few weeks of not changing the coffee husks, and it's all looking brown. Mulese mlete mbalage ingira nkulage wokubiteeka. Ingira ogenda biteeka wali eri. Awo ndako nkulage. They come. Katogena kateka out. Ano? Kateka mwerachi. Kalawanga kinywedde bulungi. Water. Remember chewed. Guys, working with children is not the easiest thing, but it's the most necessary thing, because we'll be teaching our children on how to handle different things. So let me give you a bit of an update on our poultry birds. One, we bought about 85 birds, and this was because we wanted to do practicals and trials before we dive in something that is really serious. I always recommend people starting small and people starting, you know, with basics, so that you learn, like practically learn on the job. So we started with 85, and with all those 85, I think we are left with about 62 birds, and I haven't counted the roosters and I haven't counted the female ones. So my plan for them is to leave them and actually have them laying eggs. I know that is going to be a longer process than most of the other birds, but I'm doing it like this because I want to see how if I can be able to recreate my own birds, you know, like get the fertilized eggs from my own birds and then take them to the hatchery and get my own birds. So I'm so excited. By the way, we are keeping local birds and local hens. They take a bit longer to grow, but not as long, because we look after them as much as we are looking after all the other birds, which is amazing and very interesting. And so we've lost about 12 or 20 something birds, because for one, I think we lost about 5 birds when we were having a vaccination. They suffocated and all died. The other birds died from cough, I think. And then the others died from colds when we had just brought them into the breeder. I did not know about breeders. I did not know about anything about looking after birds. But hey, I can tell you a thing or two, that your birds need as much attention more than human babies do, because it's hard work. But so far we have fed these birds about, let me see, 100. We have fed them in 3 months time. We have fed them about 300 kilograms of maize, because I buy 100 each time I'm buying, and I've bought food for 3 times so far. And the cost of food also depends on where you buy your food. If you have your food in the village, that's fine. You can bring it in Kampala and then have it mashed or smashed or put into that machine, so that you can have your own food. So we have 62 live birds, very healthy live birds, and I can't be any happier. I've realized that it's very, very, very important to keep records, because if you ask me where I've been recording this, I don't know. But for the vaccines, at least I can remember all the vaccines that we have given these birds. For the first 2 months, you have to vaccinate the birds every single week. Like mine were brought in on a Saturday and they were put out of the hatchery on a Saturday, and then they were given the first vaccination the very first day they were born, or they were out of the hatchery, which means every that day. For example, if yours were out on a Sunday, you have to vaccinate every Sunday. If yours were out on a Friday, like that. So mine were out on a Saturday, which means I have to vaccinate them every Saturday of the week. And I've had to vaccinate at least for the first 2 months. It was strict. Every week there was a vaccination. But the most important vaccination that you're not supposed to skip. I think it's the Gomboro one, and then the howl something fever or howl flu. I'll put it here because now I can't remember it properly. But ever since then, my birds are thriving. But of course, the older they grow, the more food they consume. The more they grow, the more food they consume. So this is not a by the way project, but it's also a very manageable project because you start with the birds that you can afford. So for me, it went well. As we speak right now, I can feel a few of them. Doing meaning they have a little bit of. So that is one thing that I've realized. I've realized that you should also feed your hens or your birds on time, because if you don't feed them on time, they're going to bite each other. They're now growing, and it's almost time for me to separate the roosters from the female ones so that they don't start recreating, so that they don't climb on each other. So hey, sometimes English is hard, eh? So, but you get my point. I now need to separate them, and I'm trying to work really, really hard to create a very comfortable chiyumba or a very beautiful house for them, so that I can separate them and we do this business. So it has been an amazing journey, and we are still growing. Of course, one thing you must remember, that all of them are not going to grow at the same time, because even when you have 5 children, even when you have twins, 5 twins, one of them is always going to be smaller or shorter, or they can never be the same because DNAs always differ. Not even DNA, I use the bigger word. So you get what I mean. So don't be like, oh, but then they're small. They're equally healthy, and as long as they're not sick, they're just fine. Some hens grow faster, the others don't, and it is all okay. Even in humans, I come from a family of giants. My brothers and sisters are tall, they're bigger, and I'm short and smaller compared to them. So it is okay, and I'm the firstborn, imagine. So overall, I think we are doing well. I just wanted to give you a bit of updates. The hens are thriving. We are planning on getting more. Yeah, makes me feel bad about the other ones that we lost, but hey, at least these got saved, and they're weighing about 1 kilo and a few grams more. And I know this is one of the small ones. There are some that are bigger than this one, so please keep those local birds. The easiest way to tell how your chicken is a rooster or a female one is by the tail. When they grow, the roosters usually grow their tails a bit later, and then the female ones usually have their tails up as soon as they start having feathers. So it's important for you to notice them. And then the other thing to notice is that the rooster's head, how do you call this? Put it in the comment section below. I don't know it. If you see this growing a bit bigger or faster than the other, chances are it's a rooster, and the female ones always have this one a bit small. So I don't know how you call it, but yeah, I hope you can tell the difference. So that has just been it about the updates. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I loved making it for you. I have a very little videographer behind the camera. Her name is Fiona. I hope she did a good job. So anything you see, don't complain. It's Fiona's fault, not mine. So otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.